Okay, we are here at Oaktree Cottage in Oxford, New Zealand, and we have been here for 18 months. When we came here, there was very little garden, lovely bare bones, but it was trees and lawns predominantly. So virtually, well, certainly all these plants in the foreground and under the tree, the big ash tree there, all along the borders here, have all been planted in the last 18 months. In this shady area we've got a lot of hydrangeas, foxgloves, hellebores, little kofi tree. So it was a big lawn, and my least favourite thing in the world to do is lawns. So slowly I'm taking over and hopefully creating something that looks like a cottage garden and is romantic and enclosed and just a very lovely feeling about the place. I like having little paths. This part of the garden here is less than 6 months old, so yeah, lots of the garden that we're going to go through is very young. It's not soil as such there that I've planted into. It is 18 months, well, less than that, 2 seasons of leaf mulch, horse manure, lawnmower clippings, virtually any organic matter I could lay my hands on, because it's all tree roots through there. So everything that's in there is planted in about 2 inches of soil, and the rest mulch of one sort or another. And it's working. We had a fine crop of pumpkin that had self-sown and grew there this summer. That is a regular purple flowering wisteria at the front. It was here when we came, but it's had to have a trim and some bits and pieces done because we've had all the sprouting done since we've been here. We will go through the secret way to the back garden. This little area was just sprayed out. It wasn't mown because it's a very difficult area to get in and mow. But I've created a little reading corner in here, which in summer, when it's not freezing cold and in the shade, is very pleasant. This time of year, not so much. Right. Out into our the herb garden area and our back garden patio. Excuse the washing. Our raised bed there, we've got broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and some collie planted, and garlic, and broad beans on those canes. So in this area there is also black currants and golden currants planted, and a lot of kitchen herbs in this area. Yeah, so this area here was already here, so we can't claim credit for that at all. It was a brainwave on the part of the previous owners. We just recently took out the walnut tree. That's what the stump is about. One half of the tree was dead, and by the time we cut out the dead part, it looked very lopsided, and we decided we would just bite the bullet and take the tree out. We haven't quite worked out what we're going to do with the stump. Still thinking about it. I call this area just the circle garden. It is border around a circular lawn. So it's obviously our midwinter here in New Zealand, and the sun is very low on the horizon, so I apologise for the long shadows. I just call this area the stumpery. Well, that kind of explains it really. It's where it's dapple shade here through the summer, so this is where I've planted ferns and mostly foliage and woodland plants. So there are some anemones planted in here, a few natives. So this area coming in here is what I refer to as the fragrant garden. There's a lot of lilies planted in here, a lot of fragrant hostas and phlox. Yep. It's currently, it's a very sheltered site, so I've got a lot of plants in pots they wouldn't normally live here, but it's such a sheltered spot. It's the best place for young plants, so that's where they are. And this area is the kitchen garden. We grew a lot of pumpkins, potatoes, Jerusalem artichokes, globe artichokes, a little bit of silver beet, but the sparrows mostly had it for us. The black currants in the back there were already here. It's my broad bean arches over there that you can see. The trees I've got planted in here are an apple, a Peasgood nonsuch, and a quince tree just here. And we'll just go through to my favourite plant, which is nothing to look at in the winter, but it will be beautiful. So this is the old orchard area. I haven't done a lot out here simply because 18 months I've been very, very busy with virtually everything else. And so last winter I did plant 60 clumps of bluebells and daffodils. There is a mown path down through the trees, and slowly, bit by bit, I am planting in foxgloves, a whole lot of wild meadow flowers, so that we'll just have the mown path, the trees when they're all in flower, because we've got apple trees, pear trees, medlar. It does look really lovely here, and the mown path through here is really quite sweet. Clearly we've taken out some seedling ash trees, and that's all got to be, the firewood's all got to be split and put in the shed, but hopefully by spring this area will be a real picture. And you can see why I love it so much, because here's the house, and the bedroom window looks straight down onto this little orchard. Okay guys, thank you.